All right, hello, Philadelphia. We're coming to you live from DragonCon in Atlanta, and we're here with Dan Carroll, Media Relations.
Yes.
Head of Media Relations.
I am the Media Relations Director, is what they call me here.
Awesome. Dan, thank you so much for having us down here. We've loved covering the show, gotten to see so many people. I know we talked about the Whedon universe, and super excited. Going to go over and see the Agents of Whedon right now.
Yes.
A lot of things with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Amy Acker. Just such a joy to meet. What has been your favorite person to meet out of the Whedonverse?
Oh, out of the Whedonverse, I think without a doubt Joel State. Okay. But also, I once had lunch with Amber Benson. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, Amber Benson. We saw Amber Benson at a convention our way. This is something I'm trying to get as many Philly people to come down and join. This is my 7th year at DragonCon. What is something coming from the north down here that you think a lot of people don't know about Atlanta?
Well, one of the first things that a lot of people notice about Atlanta, and this is not DragonCon related, is that folks are friendlier. My nephew came and he visited. He lives in Somerville, New Jersey area, and he visited. And after a week, he was staying with us for summer. After a week, he said that all the women were hitting on him everywhere he went. He was amazed. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? And he goes, oh, well, they smile at you. They say, hi, how are you doing? They ask you questions. She was having a conversation with me right there. And I looked at him and said, that's how we deal with each other here. That's how we talk to each other. It's different.
It's definitely different. I was just saying while we were waiting in the hallway, everyone is so polite. In Philly, you have to, watch yourself and carry a weapon. I'm not hating on you, Philly. We miss you. But no, it's definitely just a nicer, calmer life out here, especially. Do we know numbers on attendees for the year?
Well, we're still looking at projections. Projection we have is 62,000. We'll get real numbers tomorrow. It could be higher, it could be lower. And also, we're going to say that right now we had 80,000 people at the parade. And our parade is the largest in Atlanta. We had 32,000 marchers marching as stormtroopers, monsters. Let me see what else I saw. Iron Man, Avengers. I saw a lot of steampunks out there. Just an incredible array of marchers.
Not to mention Ralph Macchio on a float. I was not upset to see that.
No, Marty Cuffy was with him.
Yes.
Sweep the leg.
So I know you've been a very popular man this week. We've actually followed you at one point trying to get your attention, but we're not that fast.
No, I'm a short man with short legs who walks at DragonCon as if the subway doors are closing and I've got to get across that platform.
Dan, what has been your favorite thing so far at this DragonCon?
Well, I had an opportunity this morning to do something I don't normally do at DragonCon. I got to take an interview with Erin Gray. Are you familiar with Erin Gray?
Yes.
She was in Buck Rogers, and she was also in Silver Spoons. Erin was a model, very popular model in America.
Yes.
And what Erin did that was so for me was that, to me, so amazing to me, is that she, about 20 years ago, started an agency representing celebrities and actors and actresses who go to conventions. And I got to talk to her not about her acting career, but about her business experience and what her business means to conventions, what her business means to fans, and how she has grown, her business has grown as the convention industry has grown, and also about how much she loves DragonCon.
Who doesn't love DragonCon? I would imagine that you really don't have too many haters walk away from this.
Oh, even Bambi has enemies, but most people who come to DragonCon, I would say nearly everyone who comes to DragonCon falls in love with DragonCon.
Well, it definitely keeps us coming back. Now, I'm sure you've gotten this question, but I know that even though it's a 4-day event, it's a year planning. Anything, I don't want to say spoiler, anything that is in the works for next year that you're excited about?
I am. We've hired a new room manager for media relations. And that's interesting because one of the great things I get to do is talk about Dragon Con. But Dragon Con preparations, we have 107 different directors planning Dragon Con. And as their plans coalesce, I get informed of it, and I'm able to come up with the best strategy, the best way to package that and share that with the media. So even though I was joking about the thing before, that's actually true. But the other directors are doing what I'm doing, which was at noontime, I met with my assistant director, and we had an hour planning meeting. We made up notes and charts and graphs and back of napkins, back of papers, and hopefully this all come together in Excel spreadsheets and then finally come together in real-life execution.
All right. It's definitely working out for you. I'd imagine organization is the key to having an event that's holding 60,000 plus people. This is also one of those great experiences because as far as waiting in lines go, usually it's the most tedious thing in the world. It seems like it's an exciting event here that you're meeting people, you're getting to take pictures with cosplayers. Do you feel like that is one of the bigger drawbacks to Dragon Con out of the responses you get are the lines? And
well, in some ways that's valid because we're so popular, everybody wants to participate. So yes, there are lines. However, we take really steps to manage this. One of the things we have had is in the past, we've had accusations that people wait too long for badges. The longest wait we had for a badge was 19 minutes this year.
Wow.
We have actually put out searches on social media asking for anyone who waited over 20 minutes to contact us. Historically, we might have gone longer. So, and the other thing we do, people complain about the lines at the panels. Well, the reason there's lines at the panels is because we clear the rooms to allow the audience to come to the panels they want to see.
yes.
We don't want to have a panel. We don't want to have a panel that is filled with, how do I describe this? We don't want to have a panel room that's filled with people who showed up at 8 in the morning and are staying there all day long. They have brought food for all day, and they're going to watch every panel, and everyone else is going to be left out in the cold. So we clear out the rooms, and that's the way we handle the rooms. But lines are just part of life when you have this volume of people, 62,000 anticipated this year.
That is crazy, but I can only imagine those numbers are going to soar.
Well, we do our best to manage the growth. We look, we have algorithms and ways to project and to manage how the growth is and what the impact of that growth is.
Now, do you have space that you could still feasibly utilize as far as if it continues to grow, which I would assume it will?
Well, in some ways, we have the city of Atlanta. Dragon Con's a little bit different than other places. We're not in one landmark. We're in 5 host hotels, plus we have a 9 football field wide vending area over in what we call America's Mart here. And that has shown a lot of growth. Now, I myself, when I started, I think of Dragon Con as being 3 hotels because that's what I started with, but now we've expanded beyond the 3 to the 5.
All right. It's been a super great weekend. We can't thank you enough. Philadelphia listeners, please check out Dragon Con every Labor Day weekend. It's never going to change. We're always going to stick with that, right?
As far as I know, we are...
this is the 32nd year?
By the way, this year, this is 28th.
28th.
That's okay. But maybe you're from the future. It could happen. But one of the things that we're really proud of is that this year the Atlanta Convention and Visitors Bureau and the City of Atlanta has embraced Dragon Con with the slogan, "Making Labor Day Atlanta's favorite holiday."
Oh, I like that. So it seems like it could be very permanent.
Yes.
All right.
We are Atlanta's Labor Day tradition.